Okay, so Laravel Cloud is here. Let's deploy something and let's add a queue to the mix that we can use on Laravel Cloud. The guys over at the Laravel core team will create some tutorials as well, but I wanted to show you something more advanced with a queue to start off. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is Laravel Cloud. We have early access, so I'm just going to quickly log into the application here. There we go. And there's no application installed yet, but just to give you a general overview, we have organizations on top. We can, in early access, we can't add new organizations, but we will in the future. We have applications, resources, usage, and settings. Basically, the basic stuff, usage, there's nothing created yet. Resources, I don't have any databases yet. I also don't have any applications, and in the general overview, also no applications. So, let's quickly dive into VS Code here. I have an application that is using a queue, which we dispatch a job to, and that job in here, test job, is taken in an action job model, and we're changing the state to running and finished with the sleep in between. And whenever we dispatch, we also have a delay of 3 seconds, just to give that feeling of an application that is actually doing something in the background. All right, so let's create a new application in Laravel Cloud. It also has my GitHub connected already, and I can Cloud Demo is the application that I want to demonstrate here, and I want to do this on the EU Central Frankfurt region. So let's head over and create the application. This will take a few seconds. Boom, there it is. As you can see, we have a nice little dashboard over here, which is indicating the network, the domain, the cluster that we're having, and we can add a database, a cache, and a bucket. And we can have an overview of our deployments. In the deployments tab, we can have an overview of all our deployments that have been ran. In the commands, just like Forge, we can run a command. Logs, which is going to give us the logs of our application. Metrics will give us a nice overview of a CPU, memory, and the network connections, like the 200 states, 400 and 500 statuses, and stuff like that. We can filter 24 hours, 7 days, 30 days, all very neatly. And a general settings tab, we can change the color of our application. Let's change this one to red. Yes, save, and you can see here on top the main, let me blow this up a bit, the main has changed to another color. The GitHub branch, we can also change the branch that we want for this application. We can have another PHP version, Node version, stuff like that. And you can have our custom environment, our app key, which is just a normal key. And then the injected variables, we can't change this, but we can override them in the custom environment variables. So for instance, if I have this app debug false and I want to set this to true, I just copy this in here and I add this to true. And it will say, hey, this will be overwritten of the injected variable debug false. If you save that, we can just save that, and this will be overwritten in the environment itself. I'm going to reset for now. And we can, of course, the danger zone, delete the environment. We can add a domain, which, if you say like, I want this to be test.bert.gent, I want to have this domain set up for this application. We need to add, I'm going to quickly add this. There we go. Support this domain, yes, and I want to redirect, blah, blah, blah. There we go. And then we need to set up this IP address in our DNS settings. I'm going to kill this for now because I'm not going to do that. So let's remove that again. And yes, I need to enter my passwords to delete something in the cloud environment. All right, let's go. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller again. I want to add a database. So add a database. I want this to be a Postgres 17. Let's name the cluster Cloud Demo, the database name. Main, whatever, don't care. And I also want this to be in the Frankfurt region in here. We can specify the compute units. We You can say, hey, this may be a maximum of 2, but I go for the default settings of between 0.25 and 0.5, and I want to hibernate after 300 seconds. All right, let's create that database. There we go. And now we have a database connected to our application. We can also add a cache on a bucket, but we're not going to do that for now. Let's save those changes. And we're going to hit deploy. Deploy here in the top right corner. This will automatically open our deployments page, which is giving a status of everything that's going on, like the build phase and the deployment phase. For now, the preparing build environment is finished. Running the PHP commands, running the node commands. This will take a few seconds, but we'll get there in just a few seconds. All right, the deployment is done. The build phase took 29 seconds, the deployment phase 18 seconds, and now I can see I can do a redeploy or I can visit. And whenever I visit, this will be using the cloud demo -main some hash.laravel cloud. So let's hit visit, and this is actually our application that we just deployed. I can log in. Of course, I don't have a login yet, so I need to register. Let's go for Bert at vulpo.be, and I'm going to use just a simple password for now. There we go, and I mistyped here, password. Let's register. All right, and now I am logged in. Great, I can go to the Jobs tab and Dashboard tab. As you can see, the database is connected, everything works, and if I go over to the logs, I can see all the logs coming in, and if I go to metrics, all the metrics will be shown as well. Like here, I can see I have 1 HTTP request. This is taking some time to load, so whenever I refresh a bit, this will be updated. All right, I can perform an action, but we did not added a queue yet to our application. So let's quickly dive in and do that. In our cluster here, we can simply adjust this one, edit, and I can easily add a background process. All right, so let's add a background process, and this is actually a queue worker on the database connection. You can add stuff like sleep, reset, timeouts, stuff like that. You can also do a custom worker, and you can choose how many processes that you want. For example, I want 3 processes or whatever. Sorry, I only need 1. And you can name it as well, like for instance, jobs queue or something like that. The queue will get a name of jobs queue. But for now, I don't need a name. I just need a simple queue. All right, let's save that and save and deploy. As you can see, this will generate a new deployment. So let's wait until this is finished. All right, so it's finished. This time it took 25 seconds and 16 seconds to deploy and build. And if I go back to the application again, hit refresh. All right, so it still works. I'm still logged in. And if I now hit perform action, this will put something on the queue. And after 3 seconds, because we added a delay of 3 seconds, the queue picks it up, starts running the job. And after 4 seconds, it hits finished. If I do that again and again and again, I can have multiple queues, multiple jobs on the queue, all delayed by 3 seconds. And it's a queue, so it's running the one after the other. So if I change my amount of processes, I will get another amount of jobs that is possible in my queue. So, well, I think this is very, very nice that we can deploy very easily and have all the stuff we want. So yeah, I hope you like it. I sure do like it a lot, and I can't wait to have reverb on there as well. It's not possible at the moment, but I had a chat with Joe Dixon. They're working on it very, very hard to have reverb on Laravel Cloud as well. So this is a new era for the Laravel community, I think. So yeah, I'm super excited. See you in one of the next videos. Take care. Bye-bye.